Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at the movement of corn, beans, and wheat from yesterday, courtesy of John Tuggle. Yesterday, the USDA's crop reports, widely expected to hold few surprises, turned out to be quite something different. USDA surprised many in the trade by raising the average national corn yield 1.9 bushels per acre and soybeans by 0.3. That increased the U.S. corn production to 170 million bushels, and USDA countered that big of a gain in supply by increasing domestic feeding by 500 million bushels, increasing corn for ethanol by 25 million bushels, and increasing exports by 50 million bushels, a net result of an increase in the ending year carryout of 45 million bushels at 2.156 billion bushels. Corn and beans immediately reacted lower. Corn down as much as 9, beans down 29, closing down 8 and 22 cents per bushel respectively. On a positive note, USDA's overnight reporting session, another big soybean sale, 62.7 million bushels to the Communist Chinese, and another destination, which is probably the Communist Chinese also, of 96.1 million bushels. Flash sales this week. The weekly export sales report for the period 10/27 to 11/2 also positive, with new corn sales of 45.8 million bushels, soybeans 39.7, and milo 5.5 million bushels. Corpus Christi's public elevator and ADM closed until further notice. Timco and the Andersons Houston open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For help marketing your grains, trust John Tuggle at Tuggle & Company Corpus, 361-852-5207. We are on the line with Jody Fry from Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo. Jody, how'd the sale go?
Went good. Had right at 1,300 head, nearly twice as many as the week before. Had some really nice calves and yearlings there today. These choice light to medium weight calves, steady to $3 higher. Continued very strong demand, especially those calves that had been weaned at least 45 to 60 days, and those vaccinated calves. Now the heavyweight calves, the feeder type yearlings, calling those at least $3 to $5 lower, especially as the day progressed. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange have been lower for the most part all week. Their phones went to ringing. The buyers' phones as the day progressed. They pulled back money. Some of those heavyweight heifers and those big heavy bull calves could have been as much as $6 to $8 lower. Slaughter cows and bulls sold about steady. Several hundred of those heavyweight and high yielding cows and bulls on offer today. Another limited offering of replacement type cows sold about steady. Better quality steers, 4 to 600 pounds, from $195 all the way up to a high of near $290, mostly $220 to $245. 6 to 800 pound steers from $180 to a high of near $240, mostly from $195 to $230. Better quality heifer calves, 4 to 600 pounds, $190 all the way up to a high of $255, mostly $2 to $225. Slaughter cows, average to high yielding, 72 to 92. Several of those highest yielding slaughter cows, 93 to a high of 105. Thin or very low yielding cows, including some of the longhorn cows, from 50 to 70. Slaughter bulls, average to high yielding, 88 to 108. Still some of those very highest yielding slaughter bulls from 110 all the way to a high of 130. Cow-calf pairs had one small group of crossbred pairs that brought 1475.
How do you feel about next week?
Well, this front blew through, and like we was talking earlier, Larry, just a limited amount of moisture, maybe 2 to 4 tenths for most folks. That shouldn't change it too much. I would be guessing 4,000 to 4,500 sheep and goats on Tuesday, possibly lighter numbers of cattle next Thursday, right there before the Thanksgiving break. Would like to mention one more full week of sales, and then we'll be off the week of Thanksgiving.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you. Jody Fry, Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo.
You bet. Any of us at the office, 325-653-3371. My mobile phone's 234-7895.
Jody, my friend, always good to talk to you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, let's take a look at the meats from yesterday. We'll begin with the National Pork Carcass Cutout Value, $86.94 on Thursday afternoon, up by 36. USDA estimated F1 slaughter at 1.933 million head for the week through Thursday. That's up 2,000 from last week, but it trails the 1,945 in millions of head during the same week last year. Neighbor, as we look toward the beef side of the meat equation, we'll examine wholesale box beef prices mixed in the Thursday afternoon report. The choice firmed up by 67. The select weakened by 161. Federal slaughter 493,000 head for the week through Thursday. That's 3,000 lighter than last week. It's down by 14,000 head compared to the same week last year. As we look toward fats, we saw, about 29,000 head of cattle sell on Thursday in their cash market, 178 to 181. The bulk was we'll call it 4 to 5 weaker at nearly 180. Neighbor, there's your meat moves from yesterday. We're on the line with Rodney Butler, Beeville Livestock. Rodney, what is Friday's sale looking like Thursday evening?
Oh, we got some good calves to sell tomorrow. We are tagging on right at 400. I think we're tagging on 495. We got about 80 packer cows, handful of bulls, a couple of palpates, and a couple of pairs, but mostly good calves up there. We got a real good set of black steers and heifers mixed up there, and another set of good Charolais calves up there. We're going to have a good sale tomorrow.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Rodney Butler, Beeville Livestock, for the sale on Friday.
Yeah, if I can help you market your cattle, call me at 361-358-1727, or you can call me on my mobile, 645-5002.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Talk to you Sunday.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends, Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil fill pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4 in 16 and 24-inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. We're on the line with Leroy Kruger. Leroy, how is the bull business?
Oh, it's that time of year where it's picking up a little bit. We've been moving quite a few of those fresh bulls that come in here. Like I say, we got a really nice set of Charolais bulls coming, 20-month-old bulls, and some really good Angus and Red Angus, and we've got a few older Herefords here and a few older Red Angus bulls, and we've got some Black Semi bulls also in here, but most of all the young bulls came in, the last few weeks, been them 20-month-old bulls, but they're really, really a nice set, and we've been selling a few of them along. People kind of picking them up and getting them turned out and seasoned up a little bit, for the spring and stuff, but in summer turn them straight out, so it's all good,
Right.
But good rain would probably help everybody and keep their attitude going pretty good. This whole market's really good. These old packer bulls are bringing a lot of money, so people are starting to change out a few of them.
Right.
So,
well, if they're ready to change one out or get them a new one, tell them how to get a hold of you.
They can catch me at the mobile at 830-570-0660.
Leroy, thanks for being on the program. Always good to talk.
Yes, sir. Same here. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, neighbor, we're on the line with Holly Mutt-Smith, owner of Homestead and Ranch Real Estate, which specializes in Texas farms and ranches and custom homes on acreages. Holly, you've got a question for South Texas ranch owners, don't you?
I sure do, Larry. I've been searching high and low, and I've talked to many ranch brokers, but I'm coming up short.
What's the problem, Holly?
A lot of farm and ranch websites are outdated. A lot of brokers don't return calls or update listings, and I've got buyers ready to find their perfect Texas ranch.
Don't all agents put those properties online?
Many do, but the problem is these properties aren't always updated if they sell or are taken off market. So what does that do? It wastes a lot of people's time. Right now, we have buyers ready to go for properties in a lot of Texas counties. Today, I want your listeners who have considered selling their large acreage ranches in McMullen, Atascosa, Live Oak, Duval, LaSalle, Wilson, Frio, and Medina counties to give me a call. If you're thinking of selling your ranch, we've got buyers ready to take a tour. And here's where we're at with this. If you list your property with us, you will get the service you deserve. Not all ranch agents are created equal, and I'll tell you what, I am tired of watching sellers get cut rate service.
Holly, how can they reach you?
They can call me directly at 210-827-6271, and I give you my word, I will call you back. Or they can visit www.homesteadandranch.com.
We are on the line with Kenny Mingus from Milam County Livestock Auction Cameron. Kenny, tell everybody how the sale's shaping up.
Well, it started out pretty busy. Of course, everybody was trying to beat the rain. I guess we've got about 1,375 tonight. I'm thinking probably 1,600, maybe a few more. I don't know. Just depends on, if it rains some more tonight, which it's raining right now. Out of that mix, we're probably going to have about 350 cows.
Good. Talk to us about some of the shiny consignment.
Well, we've got a load of cows that came in. They're kind of Angus to a few Brangus type cows and a few crossbred cows. Most of the cows are good aged, mostly 5 and younger, with a few 6-year-olds on them and a few good solid mouth cows. Most cows are bred 4 to 7 months. Be bred to Angus and Hereford bulls. Nice set of cows right there, ranch raised cows. Got another big set of palpates in there. If anybody needs some middle-aged cows to go home with, handful of pairs. And got several drags of calves. Got one consigner, got 80 or 90 calves. Another one's got a couple of drags of 60, 65. The quality's good on those. A lot of good big cattle today. And so hopefully this future's more to rebound tomorrow and give everybody a little breath of air.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You bet. We'll be around the office Monday through Wednesday at 254-697-6697. Follow us on our webpage at MilamCountyLivestockAuction.com or catch us on Facebook.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Neighbor, I'd like to remind you about George Weichel and the good folks at Wholesale Steel, San Antonio Steel. Heavy-duty lifetime warranty on their cattle panel. The standard duty panel also. Heavy-duty and standard-duty pasture gates. They're a new Preferred dealer, and they'll beat anybody's prices on the Preferred products. They've got Stay Tight 50 and Stay Tough fencing both. Cattle working pens. They've got 2 Texas locations. They've got the San Antonio store. Call 210-624-2000. Or the Hearn Bryan College Station store, 979-280-6100. Now remember, that Hearn location is off Highway 6, and the San Antonio location is there off Texas 16. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 to 4. You can find them on the web at wholesalesteel.sa.com. Of course, that's the San Antonio store, or wholesalesteelbcs.com. And that's the Bryan College Station Hearn store. Oh, and by the way, tell George Weichel that Larry Marble sent you. We are on the line with Klein Spear from Southwest Livestock Exchange, Uvalde. Klein, how many noses did you count cattle-wise?
I had 751 head today, Larry. Packer cows and bulls, I thought sold pretty steady. Didn't have any just real top-end cows today, but they got along pretty well. The yearling market, $6 to $8 lower, I'd say. The lighter calf market, I thought, was pretty steady. Kind of navigating through that board this week. Kind of been down all week. It's kind of limit down again today. So got along a lot better than I thought we might there for a minute. But cattle are still dollaring out pretty well. Just kind of trying to get through it all. The choice steers, $1.70 to $2.35, and those lightweights, $2 to $2.85. Choice heifers, $1.95 to $2.25, and those lightweights, $1.95 to $2.70. Those crossbred steers, $1.70 to $2.25, and the lightweights, $1.90 to $2.70. Crossbred heifers, $1.65 to $2.15, and the lightweights, $1.80 to $2.60. Stocker cows, $95 to $1.30. Those packer bulls, $1 to $1.14. Those breaker cows, $90 to $1.06. Cutters and canners, 78 to 88, and the Shelly cows, 30 to 55. A few good pairs, 15 to 1,700 on them. Plainer pairs, 1,000 to 1,300, and the bred cows, 1,000 to 1,500. So overall, still got along pretty good. Got a lot of guys still optimistic this deal's going to kind of come back, but still seeing a pretty good market.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for sheep and goats this next Tuesday, cattle this next Thursday.
Give us a call at the office, 830-278-5621, or my cell phone, 830-591-3241.
We appreciate it, Klein Spear. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, it's time to take a long look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle & Company. Corpus Milo through Corpus in November, D's plus 110, 1032. Houston, D's plus 140, 1086. Progresso, D's plus 55, 934. Yellow corn to Corpus in November, D's plus 35, 503. Houston, D's plus 40, 508. And D's plus 105 to Progresso, 573. Hard red winter wheat to Houston in November, D's plus 30, 677 and a quarter, and we'll call beans to Placido October-November delivery, January less 90, 1253. Texas cotton 1,051 bales, low side 7102, high side 7215, average across that 1,051 bales 7177. Neighbor, that's it for the Best Darn Farm Show in Texas. No brag, just fact. I'm Larry Marble. Thanks for listening to us at DownOnTheFarmRadio.com, or checking out one of our 16 affiliated stations, or check out my Facebook page. That's Larry Marble. Good day.